And so here we are once more. The video ran out of time. All I did was go down here at the caption for my invoice item field and type in invoice space item for the caption, so that will look a little better. Okay, so you know, we look at this. We've done these field creations with the data types and the descriptions and the different field properties depending on which field you're looking at. And now I say, well, you know, maybe I want to modify a field property. I can do it here in the design view, right here at the base structure of the object, in this case this table, or I can do it from datasheet view as well. So if I want to look at modifying the visit date field property, then I'm going to look over here and I'm going to find visit right here, and I'm going to double click that and open that up, and I've got a visit date field right here. So that's what I'm going to be working with. Okay. Now when you look at the data in the different fields, you have visit ID, which we define as a short text data type. All the data is left aligned. You know, we left align all of our text, so that's why it's been set as the default. Same thing with patient ID, and I'm going to widen this column a little bit. Let me go here and widen this out so that I can see. Okay. And so reason is also a short text field as far as the data type is concerned, and so all of its contents are left aligned. Walk-in is a yes/no field, so those checkboxes are centered. But look at what happens with the visit date. The visit date is right aligned. Okay, so we can see that there. All right. So what we want to do then is let's see. If I look at billing, what do I have? I'm going to save this table. If I look at billing, notice that currency also would be right aligned. Okay. So let's look at this. I'm going to go back to my visit table, and I want to go to the fields tab right here, and I want to click on the first value in the visit table, so anywhere in here, visit date, visit date column for that field. And the data type option shows that this field is a date time field, and you can see that right here. Okay. Well, then we want to look at in this group, which is where we see the data type is in the formatting group. We see a format drop down list, and we want to click on that. And remember, I had shown you short date when we were working inside the structure, but then we also said we could type in custom formats like mm/dd/YYYY. I had mentioned short date. Let me change this to short date. Okay, so I'm going to change that to that. Okay, and what happens here? Anything? We don't see much change there, so we change it to short date. Okay, and if you look at figure 218, right now your fields and the entries in those fields should look similar to that. But look at the paragraph underneath figure 2-18. Although no change is apparent in the worksheet, the visit date field values already appear with the short date setting. For example, 11/9/2015 is not 11/09/2015. Okay. So going back to that, as part of the default general date format, the field now has the short date format applied to it. This ensures that only date field values and not time or date time values are allowed in the field. Now, if I want to change the properties in design view, guess where I go? I go over here to view. The default selection here is design. That means if I click on this, it's automatically going to go to design view. Or if I'm not sure, I click on the list here and I choose Design View. Okay, so I'm back in Design View, and I'm going to go down to, let's see, I'm going to go over here to this description box for my primary key field visit ID. Okay, and I'm going to type as my description primary key. Okay, then I'm going to look down here in my field properties. Notice that this is the row that's highlighted, so that's the field that's selected right now. So the field properties down here apply to that up here. I don't need for it to be 255, I need for it to just simply be 4. I don't need to occupy or reserve 251 other spaces there. Okay? Alright. And so then I'm going to go down to caption, because again, when I see this in data sheet view, now let me show you real quick. This defaults back to data sheet view if I just click on it. Again, if I'm not sure, guess what? Go down here in data sheet. Now because I made a change to the structure, it's going to say I have to save the table first. Yes, I'm going to save it. Some data may be lost. It really shouldn't, because I cut this down to a size 4 field size. I don't have a visit ID that's greater than 4 characters, so I'm okay. Alright, so you see I didn't lose any data. If the visit ID had more than 4 characters and I set that to 4, and then I had said, you know, go ahead and go forward, then I could lose some data, because I would not have a field size large enough to handle the data that has more than that size in it. Okay, but anyway, so if I look here, for example, visit ID all runs together. Let me go back to this. I'm going to go to my caption, and I'm going to say visit space ID. Okay, and I want to switch back. I've got to make a change. I've got to save, because I made a change to my structure here. So yes, that's what I want to do. And notice how this looks now. Maybe now you can see what I'm talking about, how it's going to make it look better here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my design view. Okay, now I want to look at patient ID. Patient ID is a primary key, or will be a primary key, to which table? The one for the patient table. Okay, so it is a common field between the patient table and the visit table, because it's going to allow me to cross-reference my visits to which patient is making the visit. But it can't be a primary key here. Visit ID is my primary key here, and it can't be a primary key here and in the other table. And it's okay, a patient can make more than one visit. So in my visit table, it's all right if I have a patient listed more than once. It means they went to the doctor more than once, okay, or whatever it is, to the clinic in this case. So remember that if you've got a primary key in one table, but it's a common field that's shared with a field in another table, then in the other table, it is called the foreign, oops, I spelled it correctly, key. Okay, so we're going to put foreign key in the description there. Okay, and then we're going to go down here to the field size. Again, notice that this row is what's selected, so it's this field here. And we're going to change that from 255 to 5, because we decided patient numbers, ID numbers, are 5 characters in length. It just happens to be that they're numbers, digits, but they're not used for calculations, so that's why we were able to call them short text. Okay, so let's go down to the caption, and this time, instead of just changing this to say, well, let me back up. We'll get to that in a minute. We're going to just do the same thing here, patient space ID. Make it look pretty, right? okay? Then we have visit date. We're going to leave all of that like it is, but we need to make that our current field so we get the right field properties down here. Caption, we're going to change this to, we're going to make this say date of visit. So guess what? When I go back to my data sheet view, or I look at a form, or I look at a report, or a query, instead of saying visit date, it's going to say date of visit. And it's just going to make more sense and look nicer for whoever's looking at that. Okay? Then we need to work with reason, so we need to click in this row and make it the current selected field so that we get the field properties for that. Now, the reason, we're not going to type 255 characters for the reason. We're going to say, what's a reasonable maximum length here? And they've chosen 60 here, so we're going to change that to 60. Okay. And for the caption, we're going to say reason / diagnosis. Okay. And then finally for walk-in, we're not worrying about a description right now. But we're going to make this the current active field so that we get the field properties for that. And for the caption, we're going to say walk-in ? Is this a walk-in? Okay. And so we do that. Now, again, I can switch to this other view. It's going to pop up and say, you must save this first. And I'm going to say yes. Or if I got to save this first, I'm going to go up here and choose save. Some data may be lost because I've changed sizes, and so the data may exceed the size that I've designated. I'm good on all of that, but be sure you are good on all of that before you say continue anyway, because if you're not right about that, you're not good on all of that, you can truly get rid of some of your data, even though you don't intend to. All of mine are good. I really didn't change any field sizes. I just changed like captions and description and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to say yes. And now I'm going to change this to data sheet view. And look how pretty this looks. So visit space ID, patient space ID, date of visit, reason, diagnosis, and walk-in. Okay, so see how nicely that can look. Okay. So we're going to close the visit here, okay? All right. And this is probably a good stopping place for us here. So let's stop this, and I'm going to close this out now. And let that be the end of that, and we will resume with the next video.